jawing at one another. That one covers 11 yards. What a move by Johnson.
Of Deontay Johnson, when he catches the ball and he can get releases like that, he is very, very, the multiple moves here. He's going to go out, in, up, back. There you go, DJ Reed. I'm setting you up for the next. Watch the hard move inside before he goes back out again. You just have to be patient down here. Plus, it has a double-edged effect as well.
But watch this route by Johnson. Sells it off the line of scrimmage like he's going inside, and then breaks it back to the outside against Chris Westry.
Watch this route. It's a slant. It's a slant. Nope. Puts his foot in the ground, and Humphrey had to go over.
Pass play.
And this play call says that Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator, Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback.
That's the kind of stuff right here that why you keep playing hard and everything. It's like you don't want to go away thinking you never did anything.
Watch Deontay Johnson put on the brakes right there. And the ball is on him. He reaches up and snatches it.
Look at the concentration by Deontay Johnson, who had issues last year with drops.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Look at the high point. Johnson, one of the most underrated receivers, should have been a pro.
There's a shotgun snap from the rookie.
One of the things that's underrated is the accuracy, Lewis, of Ben Roethlisberger.
I think he was going to get that ball in there. Davis is all over that play. He had no fear of a deep responsibility because he had help over the top. And
not to be denied. Deontay Johnson plays this really well. Looks like he slows down just a little bit to try to position him. 2-point conversion, and Roethlisberger in the pocket. He doesn't move all that well. Gets a little pressure on his left side.
You get quarters coverage, and what that means is that safety right there is going to play that inside seam route. That's Chase Claypool, number 11.
Happens here. Deontay Johnson plays through it and creates a huge play downfield.
Right here, right now. Ben Roethlisberger, that's a run play that's called. He's just over there looking at Deontay Johnson saying,
let's see it after this throw. Cover two, you're going to whistle it into the hole over there on the side, and he zipped out.
Was there in the flat, and look at everything that he has to go through, kind of turn loose a little bit in coverage.
I think that was Freiermuth coming out there to make that block. And then it was all Diontae.
You got to run all the way across the field and with traffic underneath, and you sprint and somehow.
Alignment, assignment, technique. That's what defensive play is all about here. That was a bust. And yeah, that was, but I'm just talking about
this. A little catch and run out of Deontay Johnson, just so explosive. And as you talk to the Chargers coaches,
he's going to end up right in the middle of the field. He's going to have a long way to go to get out of bounds. You can see all his players reacting. Najee Harris right there. Here comes Ray McCloud in to help out a little bit.
Well, this is a catch and run. You clear out on the inside, and then you just come underneath, and Johnson able to give a little wiggle.
Peterson missed the tackle. Oh, he's right there in a position to make this play. If he gets tackled inbounds, game over.
Watch this side. Roethlisberger has to throw the ball outside to the left, and he feels that. But the fact, and Jim, fake the ball so no one else is over there to help, and then it's also the back shoulder that we wanted to go back.
Going to come sprinting across the field here and has the speed to get away and get open. Had to dodge a little traffic.
Just watch these two chip right there. Oh, they both chip both sides. Roethlisberger had time to throw a ball.
In the zone out there, and Deontay Johnson really is sort of on the brink here of becoming one of those big breakout wide receivers.
Watch his eyes. He's going to try and look back across the middle of the field, and then he comes back to the edge. And that is exactly how you teach a quarterback. I'm going to go right down the field. Johnson, one of the more unguardable wide receivers in the NFL, and I think he's...
This coverage here, watch him going back underneath, and Ben is going to whistle it right over his head.
Over 100 catches, over nearly 1,200 yards receiving.
And what a route, because what he sold was him taking the ball, taking it deep.
Seeing and just signal. He can say, stay right there, run a slant or run a go. Right after he got by 24, right there, go forward. You've gotten close to the first down and giving you a chance to go for it.
How many issues they've had in the secondary in Baltimore due to injuries, guys not being available to play. So that you would think that'd be a spot for Pittsburgh to have a chance to attack.
A gift in just short spaces, but he has speed. You see the offside. But look at the little wiggle to get Alexander just to bite for a second. And he's really, I mean, he's kind of unguardable when you watch him, and you see that light little hand there where the Packer fans are going to say that made the difference.